Most of us will someday need long-term care as we get older, but communities all over KELOLAND are losing nursing homes at an alarming rate. Ipswich, Clear Lake, Huron, and Lenox are just a few examples. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Tom Hansen looks at the challenges and what's being done to fix them.
Bernie and Marge Haken moved to Dalrymple Village about 3.5 years ago. They stay active at the sprawling campus. We just happened to catch up with them while they were relaxing and watching a little TV. Bernie says his memory gets a little fuzzy once in a while, but it's clear his sense of humor is intact.
And I had to give up driving. I can see why, because I saved the city of Sioux Falls a lot of damage with other people's cars.
All kidding aside, Marge had a stroke at the end of September.
If I hadn't been here, I wouldn't have made it.
Marge says Bernie and the staff acted quickly.
He ran down there. He got the nurse. She was up here just like that. And the ambulance was here just like that. They saved my life.
When we get older, care like this is important, and in Marge's case, life-saving. U.S. government figures show 2/3 of us will need long-term care as we age. Unfortunately, in KELOLAND, it's getting harder to find because nursing homes are disappearing.
We're probably facing the most challenging time we've ever faced in our history. We've had 15 closings in the last 5 years, and of those 15 closings, 7 of them have taken place in just the last year.
The executive director of the South Dakota Healthcare Association, Mark Diak, doesn't mince words.
I would say it's a crisis quickly becoming a catastrophe.
Dalrymple CEO Darla Van Rosendale sees the crisis firsthand.
The economics of running a nursing home is pretty tough.
There are 2 main factors driving senior living facilities out of business in South Dakota: staffing issues and inadequate funding from Medicaid. Estimates show that nursing homes lose about $35 a day for every Medicaid resident. Now, Dalrymple is faring better than other senior care facilities because they have fewer Medicaid residents. Van Rosendale says the current Medicaid payment rate is slowly killing long-term care, especially in smaller towns.
The rural communities, it is tougher because it's harder to find staff. You have such a small area to draw a pool from for staffing, and then you've got a small pool of residents to pick from as well. And they tend to have higher Medicaid occupancies.
Laura Wilson runs Teza Memorial Home in Marion.
Our local community is about 800 people, but we also stretch into like Parker, Freeman, Canastota, kind of the whole community of sorts. But there's limits there, you know. There's only so many people that live in all these small towns.
The number one thing that needs to happen is adequate funding. We have not been funded adequately through Medicaid for many, many years. And if this doesn't change, we're definitely going to see more closings.
Currently, South Dakota has one of the lowest Medicaid reimbursement rates in the country. In her budget address, Governor Kristi Noem proposed a 21% increase, which would be a significant jump. But Diak says it still won't cover the entire cost of care for a Medicaid resident.
We want to get to a point where we're actually fully funded, where the costs that our folks incur for caring for people, the reimbursement actually would keep up with those costs.
Diak is working with lawmakers in Pierre, hoping they increase Medicaid funding before losing any additional nursing homes in the state, so more seniors can have the care they deserve and need, like Bernie and Marge.
The older we get, the more I appreciate things.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Tom Hansen.
Governor Noem's proposed budget set aside about $44 million to increase reimbursement rates for fiscal year 2024. Now, some lawmakers have suggested an even larger increase.